where I exposed to a detailed process of Hadoop and its framework and having a sound good knowledge in Salesforce. That's all about me. Now let me introduce our today's guest, Prakash. It is a great honor for me to introduce and welcome him to today's virtual session on Apex and test classes. He started his journey as associate Java trainee in Apex track in the year 2012. And today we can see he's a Salesforce MVP and architect. Not only that, he's a founder and chief executive officer of Apicrown Private Limited, where he exposed as technical architect with in-depth problem-solving skills, and he has a lot of experience in designing future-ready technical solution on the Salesforce platform. His expertise in designing, developing, and full life cycles of apps on App Exchange from from including from the scratch. He is not only that, he is a lead developer for Salesforce development and configuration of new functionalities for client Salesforce org. He has a good experience in optimizing older configuration and customization with a better design for increased performance with the Salesforce. Om Prakash is having a good knowledge on integration, which includes REST APIs, SOAP APIs, custom REST APIs, Heroku Connect, Salesforce Connect, and various integration methods. And not only that, he has a technical trainer from the last 6 years, and he is experienced in qualifying multiple apps for security review for App Exchange apps. Today, we are privileged to have an opportunity to listen to his lecture. And on behalf of all gathered here, I welcome you and thanks Om Prakash for joining us and addressing this. Over to you, Om Prakash. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica, for very kind introduction. Thank you very much. Yeah, please give me 1 minute. Just.
And one more thing, please, everybody be on mute. And if you have any queries, you can ask at the end of the session.
Okay, so I hope my screen is visible there.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Hi everyone, good evening, and thank you very much for joining. And yeah, I see house full, like 100 plus. Yeah, 100 plus. I was waiting because yeah, there is no entry after 100 in this Google Meet. So I thought, oh, how should I join? But yeah, thank you everyone. Okay, so before we go, let's know each other a little bit. So okay, I see lots of message. Thank you everyone. Okay, so of course session is for beginner, but still this is our learning journey where even experienced and beginner everyone join together. So can I know like how many of you are here who is just going to start Apex development? I mean, you are on the very basic and just you are looking to, okay, now I am going to learn Apex. I say, yeah, very beginner for Apex. Can you text? Yes, I am. And so I can also read your name and yeah, Vaibhav. So we will know each other, right? So this is something called know your audience. Okay, good and good. Yeah, awesome. Amar. Great. Oh wow, thank you. So lots of beginner here. Great, great. Cool. Any experienced developer here, like who have been at least I can say 2 year or maybe even 1 year experience? Planning. Oh, great. Sanket, Samir. Nice, nice. Okay, so we have mixed audience, right? Great. So yeah, so context is Apex development for Salesforce beginners. But I am sure if you are experienced also, then also you will get something, maybe some tips, some best practices. I will try. Okay, cool. So before we begin, thank you, Ripesh, Monica, and Madhu, and everyone who is organizing this. I can say huge meetup, right? This is virtual meetup. We are meeting with each other here, and this is houseful. This is another thing. By the way, we don't focus on numbers. We focus on quality. But here I can say, yeah, huge quantity. So I am sure you will all have a great journey ahead, especially who are fresher here. So thank you once again, everyone. Okay. So especially for beginners, or even if you are experienced, if you are already aware, Salesforce is a world number one CRM from last 9+ years. So this is something great opportunity if you are looking to be a Salesforce developer, because you can visualize it's world number one CRM means it's much demanding CRM, right? Many business, big businesses, a small, large, medium, all businesses, they are using Salesforce, and for customization, for implementation of their custom requirements, they need talents like you who can develop and who can build the functionality on the Salesforce platform. Well, so today our context is for the Apex development. Well, but a good developer is someone who is able to understand when to write code and when you don't need to write code. So if you are going to start your Salesforce development journey, and even if you are a Salesforce developer, you are learning something, I strongly suggest, firstly, Salesforce admin, I can say basic of platform, like understanding of platform. You should be very much clear. Okay, I am writing piece of code. I am going to write Apex code. Can we do this functionality without writing Apex code? If you see, okay, answer is no. I don't. I can't achieve with the out of box functionality. Maybe I can't achieve with the already available no code and low code solution. Then only we have to write piece of code. If you are already doing coding from last 6 months or 1 year, then this will be very much helpful for you. You can go ahead, explore the sample code. Then you can also see this is Apex class and here is Apex test class for this class. Okay, this Apex test class. Then some documentation about that class. You can also learn how to write documentation for classes. Okay, then some permissions here. This is something advanced, I can say, especially for beginner. I'm talking this advanced, so you can skip this. But of course, keep this handy in your career. After 6 months of experience, you come back and explore this can the user what is happening here. Okay, but still you can learn lots of things from sample codes. Here is collection. Let's go for collection utils, and you can learn how these things happening here. So let me skip this and let me go back on the beginner specific. Okay, but keep that in your mind. Apex recipe is very much helpful in your career journey. I'm just trying to make a balance between our beginner and some experienced developer. Okay, because it's a basic sessions and we're a mixed audience. I'm just trying to give you a message. Take what is needed for you. Okay, now before writing piece of code, you should follow the good structure of your code. You should follow the good principle. I mean, some consistency. Like if two developers, because you are not going to do development alone, you are going to do coding in the team. Of course, in the beginning, of course, you can do development alone, but once you grow, you will work in the team. So why to learn this coding convention in future? Why not from today? Like if you are starting your Salesforce journey today, of course, go ahead and follow the best practices from first day, so you don't need to invest your extra efforts for those things. So keep in mind you are going to follow the consistent principles. Means if two developers is working, then you have already discussed what naming convention we are going to follow. Okay, like which patterns we are going to follow. Our code is reusable or not. Like if you are going to write logic in your Apex method, maybe your Apex method has 100 lines of code, and if you feel okay, there is some repeated work. Maybe I'm creating a lead record, I'm creating account record, and I have three methods. In the all three methods I am writing create lead, create account logic. Why not create one method, put your lead create logic in that method and call that method from all three places? Like modular programming I'm talking. In the, you can divide your multiple logics and different methods, and you can call those methods whenever needed. And of course you are going to write some code which can be readable by some other developers. Maybe your colleague is going to Yeah, thank you, Monica. Few people raised their hands. You can ask all your question. Yeah, sure. And you can ask your question at the end, as well as you can type your question here. Sometimes what happened, maybe you forget what to ask. Maybe you can make a note on the notepad, or maybe you can put in the chat window. I will try to help you. So especially a special request for beginners, don't feel shy in asking questions. Okay, everyone has different questions, and if you ask the questions, your question can help others participants as well. Okay, so that's great. Thank you, Monica. Okay, so follow the good coding conventions. Then for the naming convention, I have some tips for you. uh Naming convention, like, very important. Again, I have one link, let me share with you. You can keep this handy. As I mentioned earlier, lots of info I'm going to share, maybe some confusion also, but no worry. Let me share this link to you. And what is this link? Let's say in the beginning we have some confusion how to give name of apex class, how to give good name of my process like flow, maybe how to give good name of validation rule. Spend your 5 to 10 minutes on this document. This is prepared by Salesforce team itself. So once you look, here is apex class suggestion age. What is the requirement? They are giving some requirement, some expectations, and some wrong example, good example. Maybe this is something SBCPT namespace. Just namespace here, leave it as of now. Just focus directly on the customer assessments controller. Generally, this namespace is once you will building some package, that time it will be huge. But I'm going to skip here. Just focus on this customer assessment controller. Okay, some good name. After looking on the class name, I'm able to take a call. Okay, for customer, some logic is happening, and this class will help me because this is controller. Okay, customer assessment controller test. After looking on this class, I am able to take a call. Okay, this is test class for this class, right? Okay, get parent account. This is good method name. Okay, parent account. Parent account method is a one wrong example here. It's not making sense. What is happening with this parent account method? But if you write get parent account, every one of us is able to understand. Okay, in this method, something is returning, or maybe with help of this method, I am able to get the parent account info, right? Variable per SEC parent account save. This is something not making sense. But if I am writing a variable name parent account, it's very much clear. Okay, the parent account record is going to be stored in this variable. So what I am suggesting here, apex class, trace class, apex method, and many things, Lightning Web Component. Keep this document handy. Yes, Satyam, I've shared you link here. Yeah, thank you for reminding. 1 second, it seems like, let me directly share this. So it will be link. Yes. Yeah, thank you, Nirpesh. This is something great. You can copy all this in the one Excel sheet, and you can share with that everyone. And even I will share this slide to you, Nirpesh. You can email this to every participant so they can take the reference from here as well. Okay, good. So this is for naming convention, like just quick message each. Every team member should follow. Now, why every team member should follow? See, maybe I am following this name. I request if you can mute yourself, then other will not get disturbed.
Guys, please mute yourself.
Yeah. And meanwhile, anyone, if you feel I'm not able to explain something to you, please text, because this session for you. Okay. So please let me know. I will try to go in little slow or maybe little fast. Okay. So now I was talking this is customer assessment controller. Now 2 or 3 team members is able to relate. Okay, if I have to create controller class, then at the end write controller. Some developer prefer CTRL. Many of you write CTRL. So I and you both in the sync up, then I know what to write. Okay. Some developer preferred underscore test. Someone preferred, I know underscore test. Just controller, capital T, test. So if I am sync up with you, both are going to follow the same rule, that teamwork, right? Every team is sync up what we are doing. Apex code, I'm going back again on the beginner thing, because see, we can learn very easily how to develop Apex coding, but always keep this thing in mind. You do not need to use Apex every time. This is golden rule of Apex. out-of-box functionality, all the declarative tools, for example, validation rule, process builder, flow, workflow. But good thing is that here now you have to focus on flow. In your org, you have workflow and process builder. Then of course you need to focus there to understand what is happening. But generally nowadays, everyone everyone is going to prefer, okay, I have to migrate workflow and process builder to flow. But this is just for general message. Explore the out-of-box functionality and keep the code stupid and simple. This is something like, you all are engineers, right? You are a programmer, developer. So we can write to some code. Maybe I have to achieve some functionality. I can write 100 line of code, right? And maybe I will think in a different way. I can achieve the same in the 50 line of code. Means keep your simple logic. Just map your requirement on the paper and then convert your logic and keep your code stupid simple. Very we all follow this. Governor limits, very important thing. Keep governor limits in mind. There will be lots of video series available, or maybe our organizers can help you with some governor limit related learning resources. Or you can explore how important to keep this governor limit in mind while writing Apex code, especially someone you are coming from Java background. If you are a Java developer, you will experience on the Salesforce platform, you have to focus on those limits because we are working on cloud, we are working on shared resources. Multi-tenancy is a very popular term. You can Google it, multi-tenancy. On the trailhead, if you write multi-tenant, you will get to know lots of info about the multi-tenancy. So in the summarized way, we are working on cloud, so we need to keep in mind how much resources you are using, so that other instance user can also use the system in the efficient way. Bulkify your DML, like you are going to do DML, data manipulation language, insert, update, delete, upsert, all those things come under DML. So suppose I have to write a method that will create 2 account record. So how to create account record? I will give a demo today as well for beginners. But here message is, I can write 2-time insert. Firstly, create account instance, assign your name, write insert account, again insert account 2. But suggestion is, put the both account record in the list of account and insert, do the DML on the list. Bulkify your DML language. Similarly, if you are going to update something, always go with the bulk, follow the bulk practices, and avoid nesting loops within loops. Like sometimes we have a complex logic where we need 2 for loop, like for loop, inner for loop. But suggestion is, instead of using inner for loop, use the map, use the wrapper classes. Once you grow in your career, you will find the way, different way as per requirement. You will map the requirement with your logic. And just quick message here, don't do nested for loops in the Salesforce Apex logic here. Okay, sometimes, okay, maybe there is no way, then we go for that, but this is general suggestion. Avoid this. While writing piece of code, write the comment with good balance between quantity and quality. If you are going to create Apex method today, you are going to create maybe hello world Apex method, write a comment why this method, so other developer can learn easily after look before checking the logic. Means I can check the method comment, I can understand what is happening inside on the functional level, right? So write good comment. Avoid hard coding of record IDs. You can visualize. Suppose I am in the developer org, like today I have created one developer org here, right? I was showing the steps now. So I have a developer org, I have used the record ID. Tomorrow you are going to deploy the code to another org, of course ID will different now, so that will issue there. So avoid hard coding IDs. You can avoid this with help of label, custom label we have, custom setting, custom metadata we have, Apex custom metadata. You can use that. Optimize your logic. I already discussed in the previous slides. Break methods into multiple smaller methods. I already explained this in the previous slide. Goal is to having a modular programming approach. Apex code, avoid SOQL queries and DML inside the loop. Like if you are doing SOQL queries, if you are doing the DML, insert, update, and delete, please don't use these things inside for loop. Okay, the same message I given earlier, similar to bulkify here. This is also come under bulkification. So how to do this? No worry, as of now, keep this as a message. Create relationship between object to reduce your number of queries. Just think, I have one contact and I have one account, both are related. Then with one SQL query in the Salesforce, account and contact both are related. One account can have multiple contacts, so I can make one SQL query and I can retrieve the related objects field as well. So if there is possibilities, use the relationship. Map, if you are starting from very zero, then of course you will learn list, map, and yeah, set, I can say, in the collection. So while making SQL query on the record, SQL query here very similar to SQL. Like SQL query, we are going to use SQL query to retrieve the data from Salesforce in my Apex code. So that time, maybe I have to create map of email, and value will contains the lead, email lead, maybe email contact. Okay, key is email, contact value is contact. So that time you can actually use syntax like this: map id lead map equal to new map id lead. Here is your SQL query. Okay, means you don't need to create your map manually. Sometimes I look on the beginner's code, like developers make SQL query, then they are using for loop, then they are creating map. No, you can actually use this. Okay, I was talking earlier to use Visual Studio Code. So in the Visual Studio Code, we have PMD extension. You can go and it will help you automatically checking some of the best practices. You can utilize this. You can Google it, Apex PMD extension learning. You can see some of the video available in our community as well. Always write some code that will be readable by other as well, right? If you're writing some piece of code and your colleague or your manager is going to review the code, if you have written in the proper way, let me write something here, or I'll cover during practical. Okay, let me go quickly. Message is write some code that will be good.
Just go and give the Apex recipe in the 9 icon, like in the
Got
app
it.
launcher. In the app launcher,
Here, Apex.
Apex recipe. Yeah, there is an app called Apex recipe. Right. Just on click of that,
Okay.
something is redirecting. Like we can able to see that. Yeah. Is this a package or?
Okay.
I just want to get clarify. Like, is this a package or how you just get from the GitHub to here?
Okay. So what happened from the GitHub? Just we deployed that Apex class, and if you look on the GitHub link, Apex class, then there is app, and on the app the lightning page. All those simply deployed to this org. That's why you can hear I was telling package means, see, if there is managed package or if there is a unmanaged package, then you can see the listing here. But see, there is nothing like Apex recipe now. So simple deployment was happened. So I am telling package because again package has multiple concepts, like install maybe managed package and unmanaged package, or maybe one VS Code application package. So yes, that's Apex recipe is one package. That's, I can say, one application like this. Here as you can see, I have this application session training project, I can say session training project. So similarly, this Apex is one project. Inside we have multiple Apex class, multiple tab, lightning page, lightning layouts, and all those things. Simply if you look on the steps, then it was deployed with help of SFDX deployment. Sorry, let me go back. Here you can see with help of SFDX, we're just deploying. So same thing here, I am deploying my Apex class to my org. Na? Similarly, they are deploying the complete package from here. I hope now you are able to take something from me.
Yeah, got your point.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for that.
Okay, so in summarized way, just we are using deployment method to deploy like org migration. Like in one org, I have lots of Apex class, Apex tab. I'm just going to deploy to another org. So question was workflow and process builder will not in future. You are not in future. You are right. We will not have ability to create new process builder and new workflow rule. Suggestion is create the new flow, and you can do everything in the flow what was possible in the workflow and process builder, Abhilasa. And if our org has already workflow rule and process builder, then there is migration tools. With help of that, we can migrate all those to the flow. So they're asking like the change set deployment, we can't do release management, like we don't have Git repo, any tool that developers should know to solve this issue. Okay. So, okay. So for the change set time, I can say like, okay, many of you are using Copado earlier. Okay. Now, you know, Salesforce has on DevOps as well. So you can use that one, Salesforce. The Salesforce DevOps Center, you can explore, and you can look on the documentation, so you can use that. Okay, so there Raj is telling very informative. Thank you, Raj. Yeah, I mentioned earlier, like I said, the expectation lots of info is going. I know if someone is beginner here, some info is something going outside, but no worry, just start from the path we have given earlier, and we can learn and grow with us. How to get Apex recipe in our dev org. Okay, Jaya, so if you open that link of the Apex recipe, then scroll down and you can see some steps installing in the app using scratch org. Maybe, okay, you don't know scratch org, maybe you don't interested to explore the scratch org, skip below, and you can see installing the app using unlocked package, sorry, unlocked package. Then they will give the link to installing that unlocked package, and you can install, then you can follow this step. Or maybe Salesforce CLI is installed in your org, then you can follow this directly. I prefer this as well. As I was mentioning earlier, take the clone of that app on your local directory and deploy from there. Yeah, this is three different way. So as of now, this way we will be preferred by me for you. You can follow these steps, and Apex recipe and all those code will be in your org. Okay. We're running out of time. Yeah, I agree, Monica. Sorry, I think you've taken much time. Thank you, everyone. Of course, lots of questions will come, and we'll keep discussing all those things. You can reach out
There
to
is
me.
one more question that we can address. I think Anurag is raising his hand, so I think
Hey,
we
Raj,
can address his
please go
question.
ahead.
Yes, sir, I have something knowledge in Apex, but I am not write any piece of code. Why?
Sorry, can you please repeat again? I missed. I was reading the question. Sorry.
Sir, I have something good knowledge in Apex, but I have not write any piece of code. I know with sharing, without sharing, integer value
Mhm.
and double value, static, non-static, all value I know,
Okay.
but I am not write a piece of code. Why?
Okay. Good. So lack of practice. See, we all, even me, Monica, or other developer in the space, many of you who started journey of development, we all write first code. That's very simple. See, hello world, you can see, right? Something like this. Hello world, just system.debug, then something hard coded like this. So just writing a class from the very basic, maybe hello world, just print your first line there, then go to apply that. Okay, integer, right? Integer count equal to 0, integer first number, integer second number. Just write basic to how to create sum of two numbers. Maybe then go ahead and explore how to create the record in Salesforce. I shared you one video series. If you follow, I followed the path. Okay, I spent much time. I can say 20 hours only in the Apex basic there I have spent. So maybe after following that, you can grow. You can just start writing piece of code. Practice. Means watch 2-hour video, write 6-hour code. You will start writing. And for more details, maybe you can connect with me offline as well. I can connect you someday on the weekend for half an hour, and I can guide you in other way to learn more practical coding. Okay, Arvind?
Sir, I think although where start first me code for Apex,
Sorry, Raj.
where start first me for Apex.
Okay, so for a start, first Apex, why not this Apex basic database? If you look on this Apex basic database, you have some Apex first class. They are going to guide you, create your first class, and create your I can say you some method to doing DML in the Salesforce. I hope I'm getting your answer question as well. Practice, yeah, I'm very good. And right, the answer is just practice, practice. It will be better in coding. Yeah, we want to start from zero, right? So that's why I was telling you part. First Apex class, then something more, then some data modeling, and based on logic, try to think real world challenge. Maybe think, okay, after this meetup, what happened? I have to send one email to everyone, right? From Apex Trigger, maybe. So this type of use cases. Don't focus on see, Apex recipe is not for you today. Trust me, Apex recipe, if you look, oh my god, lots of coding there, how I will learn? No, you're on the zero level. Start from zero, na? Okay, thank you, Jaya.
Yes, yes, zero level.
Okay. Sudhir asking very good question. Push topic, platform event, and change data capture. I need at least 5 minutes for explaining all those things. But no worry, Sudhir. As of now, I will suggest you just simply Google it this term. You will get the info. Maybe someday we can have some detailed session for all those topics. So here summarize the platform events, maybe event-based communication from to system. Like okay, some event occurred, then I have to do some processing. I can do there. Similarly, CDC event-based push topic, some push topic notification in our Salesforce. Like, see, again here is different context, but I am taking one context. I am on one page, and maybe in the backend some record is created. Page should refresh automatically. I can implement the push topic, but as I mentioned, this we need to go in some deep for those topics. Okay. Okay. Lot
I
of
think
things.
now
Thank you.
we
Thank you.
are,
Yeah.
everyone is thanking you. And at last, I would like to thank you for this wonderful session.
Thank you.
Thank you, Om Prakash, for joining us. And thanks everyone for joining the session.
Thank you for having me. Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone. Have a good day. Welcome, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah,
Have a good
yeah.
day.
Keep learning, guys, and keep sharing. Nirpesh, Monica, everyone, keep sharing your knowledge. This is something good. We are connecting on the weekend. Bye bye. Take care. Huh?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.